Hello, and welcome to the next tutorial. This time, we'll be crafting the Sabatons for the Imperial Knight Armor series. If you'd like to support this video and future content, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and to get notifications. And if there is a cool armor you would like to see made for the channel, let me know in the comments. If you'd like to craft this yourself, head over to the Academy website and pick up the pattern. You can build this to go with the full suit, or you can pick and choose which parts you want to build your own unique suit. The Imperial Knight series provides pattern options for both hand cutting and laser cutting. One additional use of the laser cutter is making some quick test patterns you can use to build a paper mock-up. Feels like cheating, doesn't it? The patterns are scalable to fit any size, so making a mock-up to test the fit is always a good idea. To assemble the paper mock-up, I just use these binder brads to loosely fit things together. If you don't own a laser cutter, you can do all this by hand as well. The tutorials in the Fantasy Armor series, and most of the upcoming tutorials, will demonstrate more hand cutting tips and techniques. The first crafting step is to cut out the leather. One of the goals with the Imperial Knight series is to give some tips and insights for integrating a laser cutter into the crafting process, so I'm sharing with you another mistake I made so you can learn from it. When I started the cut for the first Sabaton, I didn't double check the focus setting, and I wanted to include the result of what happens when you forget to set the proper focal distance. Did I say forget? I meant to say I did this on purpose for the sake of demonstrating what you should not do. You believe me, right? In any case, for the next panel I fixed the focal height and added some masking paper over the surface. It makes quite a bit of difference. If you're interested in adding a laser cutter to your crafting process, I do have an affiliate link in the description where you can save up to $500 off of your purchase of a Glowforge. Unfortunately though, I didn't trust my original cut speed, which was correct at the start, so it didn't quite cut all the way through, but finishing the last few percent doesn't take long at all at future stage. I find this next step rather satisfying, which is getting to peel off the masking tape. Then I'll finish separating the pieces. Then I will do some quick edge beveling. However, I won't be adding additional tooling decoration on this piece, and I'll go pretty quick over the next step so we can get to the assembly. If this happens to be your first tutorial you are seeing, and the instructions do not feel fleshed out, definitely check out some of the previous videos which explain many more crafting techniques in much greater detail. At this stage I'm adding a little bit of shape to the pieces, mainly to the toe cap and heel by wet molding the leather over a forming dome. And then here I'll be immersion dyeing the pieces. To assemble the Sabatons, you will need some Chicago screws and some line 24 snaps. Chicago screws come in a few sizes and allow you to make a sturdy hinge joint. Just be sure to glue the threads when you're happy with the assembly. I'll be starting from the toe cap and working my way back. As you go, you may want to continue tweaking the shape a little bit. Before I add the fourth panel, it'll be easier if I add the snaps to the piece at this point. If you've never said snaps before, I believe you can find that explained way back in the fantasy helmet tutorial. I'm fitting these pieces to a common size tin shoe. Bonus tip if you ever do custom work, keep a bunch of different sizes of shoes around to make designing easier. These are a whopping $10 from any big box mart. That said, I always like it when a client sends their preferred footwear so I can pattern the armor to fit that particular boot more perfectly. But this design is a one size fits most, which means you may have to adjust the design a little bit to make it fit well. You can expand some of the segments, and you can scale the whole pattern up or down according to your needs. To make sure the Sabaton stays in place, I like to add a strap around the arch of the foot. I'm using a snap to connect it here, which is fairly sturdy, but if you plan to engage in combat or some other vigorous activity, I would instead use a small buckle here. Be sure to test fit the Sabaton over your preferred footwear while fitting this strap. Also note that you can add straps under the toe cap or lace holes up top to hold down the piece better. You may notice this design is similar to the Fantasy Sabatons. There are some improvements to the design, and the theme goes with the Imperial Knight series. As you wear the Sabaton, it will break in naturally, but it doesn't hurt to do a little forced break in to start training the piece to fit the form of your footwear. Some of the tools and materials seen in this tutorial were provided by Weaver Leather Supply. I'll add an affiliate link in the description so you can support the channel and pick up some great products at the same time. Thanks so much for watching, and if you get the patterns, thank you for that as well. I'll be doing a full reveal of the finished product when I finish the leg armor, which is up next. The arms, gauntlets, and female breastplate will be coming soon with our first suited up reveal as well, so I hope you're subscribed. But I don't post on a regular schedule, so you'll have to make sure you're getting notifications to get alerted for the next vid. Thanks to our patrons for their continued support of this content. If you'd like to help in the creation of future content, consider joining us on Patreon or here on YouTube for some extra content and bonus features. And don't forget to come hang out with us on Discord too. Thanks for checking out this tutorial. I hope to see you in the next one.